welcome to the RE Source. It's Christmas Eve week here at the RE Source, and we're celebrating. I'm Ryan Hills.
And I'm Gary the Hawk Hawkinson.
Before we get started, you have one more week before we give away a free iPad 2. And all you have to do is click on that little button, follow the little rabbit trail, and then you're entered. And guess what? There's no limit to how many times you enter. So, anyways, do that, and you can win a free iPad 2. And next week, we're going to hand it away. Okay, here we go. Once again, we're going to give you the real deal, not just half the story like other bigger media outlets would do.
Yeah, not like NAR would do.
That's for sure. I mean, we've been saying this for how long? These guys have been off forever. I mean, it's like 50 times we've said, hey guys, just because you print it or report it, NAR, doesn't mean it's going to come true or will come true.
We must watch a lot of fairy tale movies here in America. We seem to have this mindset that if we ignore reality and wish really, really, really hard, that our problems will just go away.
NAR.
Yeah, I wish Arthur Fonzarelli were still the man, but it's not true.
Yeah, and I wish CJ from Baywatch was still on TV, but that's not true either.
Yeah, and I wish the GOP would get their stuff together, but that's not going to happen.
Probably shouldn't talk about politics here, dude. Or awkward. What's the old saying? You can wish in one hand and... No, probably shouldn't go there. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh, back to the story.
Yeah,
Giving you the whole story. Okay, this is going to make sense in just a minute. Right now, if you take a look at the current REO inventory, guess what? It's down. Take a look.
Fannie is in the lead with 122,000, followed by Freddie Mac with about 60,000, and FHA bringing up the rear with only 40,000. Well, that's not too bad. Inventory's drying up, so hey, let's pop the cork and celebrate.
Let's do this. Well, not so much. Do you remember last year the robo-signing crisis that postponed many foreclosures? Yeah, me either. But it did happen, and they say for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction.
Who's they? Anyways, the reaction, REO numbers are down for now. But take a look at what's coming. This is the other side of the coin, the whole story, if you will.
I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it.
Yeah,
I have to say it.
yeah.
We have 2.2 million properties that are currently in foreclosure. And that's not all. We have another 1.8 million homes that are over 90 days late. So really the number is 4 million more foreclosures. Now, before you take a long walk off a short pier, let's put this into perspective.
Currently, according to Fitch, the distressed market makes up about 35% of the home sales.
Sure.
But that's with our current numbers, and I'm guessing with another 4 million coming online, that number's going to about double.
So, how do they plan to offload what's been quoted as this staggering backlog of foreclosures? Well, two possible strategies.
Sell them in bulk to investors who could rent them out or price these new foreclosure homes very, very aggressively.
See, last week I typed in the chat log not to resist the truth, rather to embrace it and not try to be the guy who says everything's fine and the market's going to recover soon. Guys, you don't have to put blinders on your buyers and say, hey, don't look over there at the burning pile of ashes of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, and don't look over there at the massive amounts of foreclosures over there. Just focus on this little thing right here, this new house.
Yeah, don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy.
Be real. Educate your buyers and sellers accordingly. Look, Mr. Buyer, could the market get worse? Sure. Are there 4 million properties that could be foreclosed on soon?
Yes.
Yeah. But that's the reason you get to purchase this house for 60 cents on the dollar with crazy, stupid low interest rates for the next 30 years.
I hope we are still not selling that we should buy real estate for the quick buck. If we are, then yeah, you're probably going to have a hard time selling in this market. Hey, to me, it's job security. Look, this market with affordable homes will be around for quite some time, and I can't see interest rates rising with the economy not recovering, and that economy's not going to recover until real estate recovers. So it's going to be around for a while.
So embrace our current situation.
Yes.
It's okay that home prices are low and that more foreclosures are coming. Why? Because it means massive opportunities coming too. And besides, it's inevitable. We can't control it anyways.
That's right. These are the results of our past sins, if you will. It's like when you were a kid and you did something wrong and you knew a spanking was coming, but you wanted to put it off, hoping that it would go away. Well, I was the type of kid that just got the spanking because I knew it was coming either way. So don't be that kid that puts it off, or don't be the NAR, if you will, that ignores reality. We need a spanking, but in this case, unlike when we were kids, this spanking we can capitalize on.
I do wish the Fonz would come back soon.
He's not even paying attention. Although, the Fonz with CJ, now that would be some good television right there.
Real quick, a follow-up to that story. We just talked about the foreclosure problem with Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and FHA, but what about the small local banks?
It's a good question. Well, get this, the crush of foreclosures, well, analysts have implored small banks to dump all their bank-owned properties, even if it means taking massive losses. Now, many bankers agree that's what they should do, but mandatory appraisals have been the sticking point. Accurate values are really hard to come by, we all know that, so potential home buyers often get scared off by the appraisals that seem to be too high, and bankers get skittish that they're selling their properties for too low.
As a result of this, hundreds of community banks still have huge levels of REO on their books. Look, as of September 30th, more than 150 banks with assets of $5 billion or less had REO levels exceeding their tangible equity.
Here's the deal, we won't spend a bunch of time on this, but these small banks are stuck in a catch-22. They feel that the right thing to do is to unload them at bargain basement prices, but they can't afford to do so because they don't have the liquidity. So, some of these smaller banks are kind of stuck because they can't just afford to write off $300,000 losses.
Yeah, and it's been said it's almost an impossible feat for them because in some cases it would literally shut them down.
So, what do?
Well, this goes back to the analogy we've used a bunch of times before.
Oh, yes.
What do you do when the antidote that can save you might just kill you?
Hey guys, I hope you appreciate our honesty and our take on things. Sometimes we get beat up as being negative, but we aren't. We're super optimistic. We just want to put things in perspective. So, hope you enjoy it. I'm Ryan Hills.
I'm Gary the Hawk Hawkinson.
See you next week.